Hey there, I'm leaning over here so that you can see what I'm doing. I am making some remineralizing toothpaste today. So this is something that I've been using for, I don't know, 2 or 3 years now. I jumped off the original recipe done by Wellness Mama, so I'm giving her credit, even though I've tweaked this and changed some stuff. I'm going to put the link to her blog talking about remineralizing. Try that again. Say that 5 times fast. Remineralizing toothpaste, so you can see what she has to say. I'm also going to link a video by Dr. Berg where he's talking about oil pulling and tooth whitening, which this is kind of like a whole tooth mouth kind of chit chat we're gonna have here. So before I get into making it, I've got all my tools and my ingredients and everything. I'm just gonna talk very briefly because I don't like wordy videos. I like people to just get to the point. So first of all, what is remineralizing toothpaste? It is a toothpaste that can help, I believe, restore the enamel in your teeth. Can help, and this is allegedly, I'll put that out there, okay? Allegedly restore enamel, help reduce or prevent tooth decay, and there might be some other stuff too. But one of the reasons, big reasons why I decided to try making my own is because I found, and nobody else said anything, people quite often don't say anything about this subject. It's bad breath, right? Every now and then I'd be like, man, what's going on with my breath, right? And it really bothered me. So this is a bit of a story time. Okay, I know I said I'm gonna try and keep it short, and not talk a lot, but I'm gonna talk a lot because I talk a lot. The stories are good. This is anecdotal stuff, but at least you kind of get an idea of what might be possible for you. Okay. So I was at this craft fair. I was a vendor because, and this will give me some street cred here. Okay, so I am a certified aromatherapist because we're going to talk about essential oils in the toothpaste, and I used to make skincare and stuff using essential oils and carrier oils. So like I actually know what I'm doing and talking about. So anyway, I was at this craft show selling my stuff. So this guy stops and we're chatting, and he was talking about oil pulling, which I found quite fascinating. I'm going to give you the Coles Notes version. I would say watch Dr. Berg's video because he goes into a little bit more detail. But it's basically you take like a tablespoon of coconut oil, which I have here. That's like the base for our toothpaste. So this is kind of why I ended up doing the toothpaste. So you take a tablespoon of coconut oil, you put it in your mouth, and you swish it. I was told to do it for 20 minutes. Dr. Berg, and I've heard other people say even as little as 10 minutes, but I think you have to do at least 10, no more than 20. Here's why, and I'm talking about the oil pulling for a reason, because we're talking about coconut oil as the base of our toothpaste. If you do it less than 10 minutes, I don't think you get the benefits because it helps like clean bacteria and gunk out of your mouth. And I think it actually pulls toxins from your whole body. But if you do it more than 20 minutes, apparently it will then start recycling the gunk back into your mouth and to you. So then you've defeated the purpose. So anyway, I was doing oil pulling. It was life-changing. Freaking loved it. I would do it like once a week maybe and just brush my teeth normally in between with Crest or Colgate or whatever. I didn't care what kind of toothpaste I used. Then, when I found out about remineralizing toothpaste and what it does, I was like, and what it was made from. Because the base was coconut oil, I'm thinking, well, what if I brush with remineralizing toothpaste? Maybe I don't have to do the oil pulling. That's what I did. So I haven't done oil pulling in years, literally, since I've been using the toothpaste. Here's the other thing. At the front of one of my front teeth is this one. Right at the bottom, there was a teeny, super teeny, tiny sliver of a chip. Teeny. There's no way you could see it, but I could feel it. Like, if I run my tongue along my tooth, I could feel it's rough, right? Like, not sharp, like to cut you, but kind of sharp, right? Within 3 days of using the remineralizing toothpaste that I made, my tooth was smooth. So you tell me. Right? My breath has been amazing. no issues. I mean, maybe every now and then if you eat something super potent, right? Here's another thing, okay, kind of gross, but I got lazy and down to brushing my teeth once a day. Once a day! That's it. I used to brush probably twice a day, sometimes 3, depending. I'm lazy, so, you know, I was like, that's good enough, and I'm single, not breathing at night on anyone, so who cares? Give my teeth a good brushing in the morning, and I floss and everything every couple of days, and my mouth has never been cleaner. Seriously. And a couple of times I've run out of my remineralizing toothpaste made from my coconut oil and all this other stuff we're going to talk about in a minute. And I go back to, like, you know, Crest or Arm & Hammer toothpaste or whatever, and within an hour or two, my mouth felt gross. I'm like, this is insane. So that's my story about the toothpaste. So we're going to get into it now and talk a little bit. I just realized I forgot to bring something to show you, but we'll just talk about it anyway. It's going to be at the end of the video. So let's get into it. All right. Now, I grabbed a scale because, and I know my head's going to be cut off, but you know what? Deal with it. Okay. So I brought a scale because I have never measured my ingredients. So we're going to today. Oh, I don't have a pen either. Damn it. Hang on. I'll be back. I had to get myself a pen to write. Well, I guess I could have caused you, but what fun is that? Okay, got my pen. So here we go. So I'm going to make my edits as I go along. Here's what the recipe from Wellness Mama is, and then I'm going to tell you what I changed, okay? Before we get into this. So we're going to measure, I'm going to use tablespoons as our way of measure, and then we're going to weigh as well, so in grams. Okay, so the original recipe is 5 parts calcium carbonate, it's powder, which I have here, 2 parts of diatomaceous earth. So this is like, I don't know, ground up, what do you call them? Like fossils from 1 million years ago or something like that. And it has an abrasive quality too, as well as the next ingredient, which is baking soda, which you need 1 tablespoon. I'm using tablespoons, 1 part tablespoons, and 2, it says 2 parts of the diatomaceous earth. If you don't have this or don't want to spend the money, don't worry about it. Just do 2 tablespoons of baking soda. That's fine. They're both abrasive, so can like clean. So what I did, instead of 2 of the DE and 1 of the baking soda, I do 1 of each. That's the change that I made. Okay, so we got those guys. Then we have xylitol, which I do not have here because I don't put it in the toothpaste. Xylitol is one of those like natural sweeteners, like stevia type stuff. I think it comes from the bark of trees. I think it's xylitol is that one. Anyway, it's a sweetener, an alternative to sugar. But it also kills bad bacteria. So it's a twofer in this recipe in that it'll help kill bacteria and it sweetens the toothpaste so that it's sweet, like toothpaste. You know what I'm saying? I don't put it in, and it says 3 parts, so it would be 3 tablespoons. And I'll go through the measurements as I go through. Well, maybe not this one. So 3 parts xylitol. I tried it. And I didn't find it really made a difference. I think you'd have to put a ton in for the sweetening part. And I'm like, why bother? I don't care. It doesn't matter. So I just took it out. And then the last thing, actually, no, let me back up a second. I was talking about the calcium carbonate powder. Okay, I just bought a big tub of it and use it. There is a substitute you can use, but to make it's kind of a pain in the butt, sort of. And it is powdered eggshells, apparently. Powdered eggshells. So if you save your eggshells, clean them out really good, like take that membrane out and wash them and let them dry. Throw them in a coffee grinder and you get like powder. So you could use that instead. So that's an option as well if you don't want to put the money out for the calcium carbonate and you eat a lot of eggs. So there you go. Or you know someone who does and they can save the shells for you. Okay. So that's that. The last thing I want to talk about is essential oils. Yes, and as an aromatherapist, I'm big on essential oil safety, which is nowhere to be found on the interwebs because it's just a bunch of people selling oils and talking about them. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about, but I do. So here's the safety. First off, never eat essential oils, please. For God's sake, don't ever fucking eat them. Don't eat them. No eating, right? Do you eat Tide Pods? No. So don't eat essential oils. Not that they're the same. But I'm just saying, don't eat them. They're volatile substances. No, don't. Okay, just don't. However, in a toothpaste, we don't eat toothpaste, right? We use it, we swish it around, and then we spit it out. It's okay, because you can make like mouth rinses and stuff using essential oils. Used properly, they're fine, they're safe, you know, if monitored by an aromatherapist kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Can you tell I'm like passionate about this? Because I really am. All right. Essential oils you can use for flavoring. So I think of the mints, right? So I wanted to look up a couple things because I knew something about one of them we'll get to in a second. Number one choice for me as an aromatherapist that I would suggest is spearmint. No contraindications, it's pretty gentle, and I like the taste of spearmint. So I actually put that in my first batch of toothpaste, and you'd have to put a ton of it in to make a difference. So no bueno, I just don't bother. But if you want to, spearmint. I would suggest, if we're using 10 parts coconut oil, which means tablespoons, okay? So we're gonna go with tablespoons. If for every tablespoon of coconut oil, because that's gonna be our liquid part, for every tablespoon, you can put 1 to 2 drops of essential oil. So I would say go up to 2 drops for spearmint, so 10 to 20 drops of spearmint. If you want to use peppermint instead, peppermint's has a little more kick to it, okay? It's a little more volatile. I will just use that word for simplicity. Maybe use 10 drops, 1 drop per tablespoon. And the one to avoid is wintergreen. If that is a flavor you like and might consider, please don't, because it is a hazardous essential oil, not to be used in aromatherapy. So I would avoid that guy at all costs. All right, so there we go. I think I've covered everything. So now let's get making some toothpaste. All right, now we're getting down to it. So I introduced all the ingredients. I have my tablespoon, pen out of the way. I have my spoon so I can scoop out my coconut oil, and the jar that I'm going to make my toothpaste in and store it in. So this is just a little glass jar. Like, I don't think it's an actual mason jar, but you could use a mason jar or whatever. Small glass. I use glass just because that's what I do. So I'm going to add the ingredients here. We're going to start with the coconut oil, and I'm going to soften it. Okay, we don't want to melt it because, okay, let's talk for a second. I know, you're like, lady, get on with making the frickin' toothpaste, right? Okay, listen, so here's the thing. A couple of times when I made it, I melted the coconut oil so that it was liquid. And then when you mix all the powder in, it sinks to the bottom. So then when it hardens, all the stuff's at the bottom, it's all coconut oil on top, and it just doesn't mix properly. So you want the coconut oil so that it's soft enough to stir the powder ingredients in. So this is what we're gonna do. Okay, let's get at it. So, and like, I'm gonna stick my fingers into this thing. Okay, you know what I might do? I'm gonna scoop all our stuff out here. Let's get a bowl. Let's get a bowl for our powders, and we'll do the coconut last. Yeah, I know I'm all over the place, but you know what? Deal. Okay, just deal. All right, let's put our DE in. Our DE. So, oh, and you know what? Oh man, no, I don't want to do that because I forgot. Oh, you know what? I can take measurements. That's what I can do. Hang on. Come on. We want grams, please, and thank you. We're going to tear our bowl. All right. That means just put it to 0. So let's see what the DE is. 6 grams in a tablespoon. Where are we? 6 G. All right. 6 G. 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 6 baking soda. It's a new one, so it's all like chunky and stuff. Ew, that sounds gross, like you just picked something up. It's chunky. All right, then we're gonna tare and 0. We got 19 grams of baking soda, 19G. All right, there we go. Is that stuff out of the way? Our calcium carbonate. I'm gonna wipe off my little tablespoon here, which I didn't before. Bad me. Oh well, whatever. Hope we have enough. Oh man, this is super low. Let's get another bowl. Like the queen of bowls today. Holy crap. How many did I say? 5 tablespoons. 5 tablespoons. Let's see. We got on. This thing doesn't stay on very long. Grams. Tare. Okay, let's see. 5. We got 1. 2. 3. Ooh. 3. Oh, more than that. Come on, man. 3. 4. And I bet this will make 5. We're gonna make it happen. We're gonna make it work, people. We're gonna make it work. I think it is 5. Look at that. Like I knew what I was doing. Like I knew what I was doing. Let me see. Yeah, 5. Oops. Shit flying everywhere. Okay, we got 54 grams of calcium powder. All right. And once I get all the measurements, I'll put them in the description box below for my measurements, tablespoons and grams, so that you know what we're doing here. Okay, so there's that. That is done. Last but not least, the star of the show. That's right. I gotta wipe this off because I don't want any calcium carbonate in my coconut oil. So, oh man, it's so hard too. Okay, let's see what we got. If I was smart, which, you know, debatable, I would put some in a bowl and soften it, but not that smart, so here we go. Okay, 1. Oh man, we gotta go back to this. Oh, I know what I'm gonna do. Hang on. I got an idea. Take that out. We're gonna tear our thingamajiggy here. Oh, no, we're not. See how much this guy weighs. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 123 grams is our jar. And then I can just whale the coconut oil at once. Pretty clever, huh? Pretty clever. So let's see. And I mean, it doesn't have to be exact, right? We're gonna go by weight anyway, so let's see how this goes. So we got 2, and we got 3. 3. Doing this all in real time so you can see what's the what, right? 3, 4, 4. Okay. 4. Oh, that's 5. All right. Alrighty. Alrighty, Aphrodite. We got 5. Halfway there. 10 might be too much. Let's try maybe 8. Maybe we'll try 8. 8 tablespoons. Whew. Need more of that. 8. No, maybe we'll do 10. Ugh. We're doing 10. We're doing it. It's happening. It's happening, people. I hope that was 9 because I lost track. Oh my god, that's funny. Well, it's looking good. I'll count them after. I'll put in the description box below. Count how many it was and go with that. I mean, whether it's less or more, like a tablespoon, I don't think is a big deal. I will say this much, like Wellness Mama said 3 to 5 tablespoons of coconut oil, but I found then it was rock hard. So I was like, no, not gonna work for me. We're popping this in the microwave. So, I don't want to knock anything over. It's gonna get loud. We're trying 10 seconds. 2, 1, loud. All right, let's see. Let's see, how's this? Oh, nice, nice. It is soft, but not liquid. It should be easy enough to stir into my stuff. Okay, I probably should have done this in the bowl. I can't remember what I did last time. Yeah, it's gonna be easier to do it in the bowl than in the jar. We'll have to do a transfer after, but whatever. See, I'm making all the mistakes so you guys don't have to. Okay, and there's a little bit of coconut oil down there at the bottom. No biggie, no biggie. This is something that you can always soften and let harden up, and you can add more powder if you need to, or whatever, you know, to suit your taste. So you can kind of play with this a little bit. I'm being really gentle because this bowl is small and we still got a lot of powder in here. Then I'm going to get rigorous with it because I want it mixed thoroughly into a homogeneous state. Okay, hang on. Okay, we're getting somewhere now, kids. Okay, so it's just a big ugly mess. And the diatomaceous earth makes it look like this taupey kind of color, so it doesn't look appetizing. And honestly, the taste is weird. I'm not gonna lie, you kind of have to get used to it. But once you're used to it, you don't even notice. You're just like, yeah, I'm brushing my teeth, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So no big whoop. Not such a big deal. Okay, did I get all the lumps out of the powder? That's the other thing. You don't want to like end up with a big lump of calcium carbonate or baking soda or something, right? See, it's getting a little bit harder to stir and mush. I'm liking that. That means it's a good consistency. Now, clearly, we're not going to shove this into a toothpaste tube, right? That's not going to happen. I store it in the jar, and the one thing that I forgot to bring was the little tool that I use to, what do you call it? To scrape. I just scrape a little bit out of the top of what's in the jar. Like, legit. Ooh, get in there. Get in there. Yeah, I have this little metal tool that I use to scrape a bit out, and I put on my toothbrush and go about my day. Brushing my teeth. Brushing my teeth, walking around the house, because when I brush my teeth, I can't stay in one spot. I have to move around. How weird is that, right? Apparently, it's an ADD thing, so no surprise there. And yeah, it works for me, so what, right? Now, let's see. Oh, I was talking about Dr. Berg's video that I'm going to link below. So, and I'm going to do this with my finger because I'm the only one that uses it. So if my finger goob is in here, who cares, right? Hands are clean-ish, so don't worry about it. Dr. Berg talks about oil pulling and tooth whitening, which I found was fascinating. Baking soda and 3% hydrogen peroxide. So I'm going to try it because every year in January, I do some teeth whitening, and I buy like the white strips or whatever. So now this year I'm gonna try Dr. Berg's method. So I'm gonna link that down below. So if you want to whiten your pearly whites, to get them pearly white, you can try that too. So I cannot report on that because I have not done it. You know what? I don't know. What am I doing? Okay, so I'm just gonna clean up the edge of my little container, and hey, voila. We have like a whole big honkin' thing of toothpaste. So I'm gonna test it tonight. Yeah, I'll brush my teeth more than once today. Because yeah, my mouth is gross with the friggin' whatever toothpaste I'm using. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna brush my teeth. I will test it, and I will put my thoughts in the description box below. So that way, if I think there need to be any tweaks or anything, you'll know. So that's it. Remineralizing Toothpaste by Nancy. Jumping off point, Wellness Mama. Way to go, girl. Thanks for that. Okay, I'm going, and yeah, let me know what you think, and let me know if you tried this, because I want to know. Or if you find or know of any tweaks to put in it as well. All right? Catch you next time. Bye.